Welcome to Voice of the Channel. I'm your host, Dave Seibert. Today we're going to be talking about Microsoft Inspire. It starts next week and it's virtual. It's going to be really exciting. Also, a partner update. Microsoft Inspire, it is the event of the year. It covers the complete ecosystem, worldwide partners. It's the perfect place to go to meet with Microsoft executives, to hear the vision, direction that Microsoft will be going for the next fiscal year. It's also perfect for partner-to-partner networking, which I call P2P. Joining me to talk about both of these is Gavriella Schuster. Gavriella, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm very excited to speak with you today, Dave.
Thank you. So allow me to kind of do a little bit of a quick proper introduction. Gavriella is the Microsoft Corporate Vice President over one commercial partner organization. She's often seen engaging and supporting partners. And if you attend, which you should, Microsoft Inspire, she's a prominent executive that's on stage. And when she's talking, everyone is listening. And she's not new to Microsoft. She's been around in multiple roles, things like general manager, worldwide partner programs and marketing, general manager, cloud and enterprise, and many more. So Gavriella knows our ecosystem and drives it really well. So again, Gavriella, glad to have you here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And if I missed something key on that introduction, please add to it.
You know what? Despite all of the different roles that I've had around Microsoft and Adobe throughout the many, many years, I just have to say that partners have always been at the forefront of anything that I've ever done.
I totally believe that. And anyone who has seen your post or heard you speak or any of the above, totally concur. So for us to stay focused today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the channel and also cloud service providers, and two hot topics and two items I know that are near to you. So let's start this off with, let's talk about what is your feel on the business and the overall health of the Microsoft channel right now?
Well, so as many of you may have heard, Amy Hood, give our quarterly results. We had a strong first quarter. We delivered double-digit revenue and growth, about $33 billion in Q1, and I have to say that I attribute much of that, most of that, to the health of our partner ecosystem. We do drive 90% of that through and with our partners, and hopefully you're all seeing that level of profitability and growth in your own businesses as well, right? I mean, we for every dollar of Microsoft business generated, there's somewhere between $9 and $10 of, on average, of partner business. And so I believe that should be translating into the health of our ecosystem. We've seen a lot of that driven through the cloud and hybrid cloud. And, our server products and cloud services revenue has increased 30%. And the Azure revenue growth is at 63% in constant currency, which is pretty impressive. So, we feel like, customers are, believing in us. They're believing in the cloud strategy. They believe that we're the right partner to bet on. And we believe that all of you are the right partners to bet on because you're helping to drive that growth and performance.
One thing that you said that I really want to highlight, because I've watched this number increase as time progresses, and that is that for each $1 of Microsoft money, $9 to $10 in partner services and business. And I remember when that used to be more like 1 to 6, and then it grew $1 to $7, $1 to $8. And I love two things. One, that the number continues to increase. And number two is that I believe cloud is what has now taken that number up to what you said, 9 and 10.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's exciting to see. Like, the question really is how high can we go, right?
That's a good goal. I like that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and so, and we've just continued to invest in partners and in our partnerships. We've had a number of new partnership announcements. We had a ServiceNow partnership. We had SAP announcement. Recently, we had a Salesforce announcement. And so, I think all of those just continue to increase that opportunity for partners to bring together multiple solutions that they're already working on behalf of the customer and increase the dollars that they get for every customer that they talk to.
Agreed. Keeping with the announcements, looking ahead, what should we expect to see for the next Inspire?
Well, we continue to drive a whole lot of innovation. For anybody who attended our Ignite conference that recently happened, or even read about it, we had to actually deliver a book of results out to our press and analysts. It was like 70 or 80 plus pages of different announcements talking about various innovations, various things that we've released across all of our cloud services. And so, the pace of change has certainly increased. And so I think that privacy and compliance, that is a hot area for our customers. And we continue to fortify that with a sets of services that partners can go deliver to help our customers to secure their walls and secure their data. We have new connectors in Azure Sentinel that help the security analysts collect data and make sure that they're managing that security and compliance. We've created a number of new services within Microsoft 365 that identify and remediate threats. And then fortifying multi-factor authentication in Azure Active Directory, reducing the risk of phishing and other identity-based attacks by like 99%. And so, that is a huge area of opportunity. And it's a great door opener in a conversation with a customer. And then you very quickly would, obviously talk about some of the other great opportunities around Microsoft Teams to help a customer to change the way that they collaborate with their customers and their employees. The overlaying all of the workplace analytics as well as the data and AI, so they manage their data estate and create more easy access to information so they can make better decisions. And then, a lot of the things that we announced regarding the new services available in Azure, that really we've actually designed specifically for partners so that partners could manage on behalf of the customer their environment in a better way.
I want to highlight two things you said because I think that they are so important. You mentioned quite a few. Security, everywhere that I go and speak with partners or talk to events, I think security is one of the things that is on everybody's mind and concern. And the two things that really caught my eye was one, Azure Sentinel. So if there's anyone that has not yet looked into Azure Sentinel, that's something you want to do. And the other one is the multi-factor authentication through Azure. Two really powerful tools in this state of ransomware and breaches and security that we're dealing with, and two really good solutions, I think, that Microsoft has brought to the table that helps fight and protect those.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then, we've made it a tremendous investment in skilling as well, because all of this does require everybody to have like a continuous skilling motion to understand what are each of these solutions, how do you appropriately deliver them to customers, how do you help customers understand what they are. So we've made $100 million investment in skilling customers and partners. And so far this year, we've actually trained 1.4 million people within the partner ecosystem and delivered over 86,000 certifications out to individuals within our partner ecosystem.
Those are terrific statistics. And,
Yeah.
and it just shows how wide the partner ecosystem is getting trained and brought up to speed with the technology that's out there right now.
Yeah, but it is a continual effort, right? I mean, we just all have to be so focused on how do I just take a part of every day and take time to learn what's new.
That's that quick adage, security, when does it end? And of course, the answer is it doesn't.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about CSP. What are recommended goals for cloud service providers in this coming year that you would recommend that they focus on?
Well, so we just announced that we're moving CSP over to our modern platform. That's a process that's in motion, and what that'll enable us to do is to deliver all of the cloud services to our partners at the same time that we release new features, so that we will never have another gap like we had with reserved instances, where it was available in one of our licensing motions and not out through CSP at the same time. And so, that's a very big deal. I think that we have a huge untapped opportunity in the market, and we've made investments like Azure Lighthouse, which actually just won a Gartner award. Went into the Magic Quadrant for delivering some of the best managed services, control panels out to the partner ecosystem. And also they also won a CRN award for the same. And then we released some new Azure cost management tooling. So, those are things that we are specifically creating and enabling on behalf of the partners, so that you all can run your business even more effectively on Azure.
And I did see the Azure Lighthouse award, both Gartner and CRN, and I will add I like those and commented on them on social media. And but if that's an area that a partner hasn't looked at, definitely take a look at Azure Lighthouse. A lot of momentum there.
Yeah, I mean, our whole goal is to make it easier for customers to feel confident and comfortable putting all of their workloads into Azure, and to have really qualified people, and in the way we describe qualified people, it's partners working on their behalf, who know what they're doing and can really help them to manage their environments and manage their costs, and then utilize Azure in more effective ways to scale their organizations.
Absolutely. And let's talk about partner growth. You kind of mentioned that a couple times, and we definitely see it. As I talk to more and more Microsoft executives, the number of new partners that are adding on to Microsoft is really impressive. I mean, it's in the thousands per month. And one
Mm-hmm.
of the key questions that I receive is what are the highlighted segment areas that are attracting these new partners that other partners should be considering or looking at if they're not already?
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of key areas that we see. I think, one of the biggest opportunities is in OSS, right? That there's a number of partners who have worked with customers for a long time in Linux environments that hadn't typically worked a lot with Microsoft, but we see them moving to Microsoft because of Azure in droves now. Some of our best-selling solutions are with Red Hat and Canonical. And then the other area are, there are thousands of new applications, new ISV startup businesses that come to market every single day, and many of them are coming through coming through Microsoft, and create an opportunity for partners to kind of grab those new solutions that the ISVs are creating and help them bring it to market. And so that's a big part of the investment that we've made within the marketplace and in the app source marketplace to help partners kind of pull that through CSP. So, those are a couple of the really big areas. And then I think modern workplace is just, it's expanding tremendously from what it used to be, right? It used to just be Office 365. In addition to Office 365, I think between Teams and Power Apps, it opens up a whole new world of kind of re-architecting a customer's surface area of what's possible for them, both in terms of employee engagement and customer engagement, and then the new Windows Virtual Desktop, which honestly I think is one of the kind of least known but most needed areas for a lot of customers, is having somebody who can actually manage their entire desktop and application experience on their behalf.
Two things you mentioned that I'm going to add in on is number one, Inspire. I was at Inspire. It was great to see you there. And if you've not been to Inspire, roughly there's about an audience of 40,000. It is an incredible collection of partners. And Windows Virtual Desktop was one of the core things that I saw when I was at Inspire. And you're right. I think it's kind of I don't want to say it's a kept secret. It's not, but you're right. Enough people don't know about it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, Inspire is the place that, the biggest thing that happens at Inspire is that partners get to meet each other and connect and build businesses together and learn from each other. And that is one of the biggest values of taking the time. I think if I could, if there was anything that I think would build your business the most in the coming year, it is joining us there, and not only just hearing from us on what's new, but hearing from each other on what works.
And nearing a wrap, I'll also share about Microsoft Ignite. And I was at Ignite, and that was in Orlando this year. And again, the audience, I mean, give or take about 30,000. And what a place to go to learn new technologies. And we couldn't finish this without at least touching on Teams. And when I was at Ignite, I know one of the big announcements was private channels in Teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anything else just pops out, but I remember everybody was excited. Hey, it's finally here, private channels.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Teams has just continued to grow as, one of the biggest areas of opportunity. The number of monthly active users has definitely outpaced our expectations, and the growth is bigger than SharePoint. So, I think the opportunity to build on Teams, to enable and drive adoption and change management for customers within Teams, to help customers explore new ways of working. And so, the new features like private channels is just one example of how, we're continuing to listen to customer feedback and, respond very quickly to the needs and requirements that they have. So it's not just for meetings. We'll just say that.
Totally true. So I know that you have an incredible list of followers, but I'm sure there are more that want to follow you. So can you share kind of as a close here, what is best method for anyone in the channel really that wants to follow you? Where should they go? What should they click on?
Well, so best place is LinkedIn. I'm a very active user of LinkedIn, and I think it's a great platform. And the good news is I'm really the only Gavriella Schuster on LinkedIn. So if you just look for me, spell my name right, it's Gavriella with a V, then you will find me, and I would be happy to accept your invitation and share more information about all these things that we've been talking about. You can also follow me on Twitter. I try to get out there at least once a day to see what's going on.
It's funny. I'm actually the same way that LinkedIn, I just think it's a better platform to be able to have a short conversation. And Twitter, I'm not a big Twitter fan just because I want to have a little bit deeper conversation than 100 to 200, letters at a time.
Yeah, no, I mean, on LinkedIn, you can have a dialogue, you can have a shared dialogue, we can have group chat essentially, and I learned so much from the partners that connect with me and the stories that they tell. So, I'm always looking to learn more, and it's a great listening system, and I'm always trying to respond to everything that I can. So, yeah, thank you.
And I will add to the episode notes Gavriella's LinkedIn and Twitter so that anyone can reference it. And Gavriella, I want to thank you for taking the time today with me. And if you have any closing comments, please do so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just appreciate you inviting me, Dave, because I'm always happy to connect with you and then connect with all of the folks in your network as well. So, I think the opportunity only continues to grow, and the more of us that work on it together, the more we can help our customers take advantage of the technology in this very high-paced change world.
Excellent. Gabriella, thank you for being part of Voice of the Channel with me today.
Thanks, Dave.
As I mentioned, Microsoft Inspire is virtual this year. That means that there's still your opportunity to register and join us. There's going to be well over 50,000 partners being a virtual event. So don't miss this chance for you and your team to jump on the web and register. It's going to really be an exciting opportunity to experience from your own office versus needing to travel this year. With that, I do want to say do follow and join me for another episode of Voice of the Channel.